Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's time to look ahead to Sunday's game as Celtic face St Johnstone at Celtic Park. We've also got other things to catch up on. Obviously looking back on a win on Thursday against Motherwell at home. Also be talking a bit about CCV, potential offers maybe coming in, and just other things as well. I'm joined by Alistair. First and foremost, Alistair, did you have a good Christmas?
I had a great Christmas, bad Boxing Day though,
Aye.
but we'll
Um,
get
well, we may as well just start with that. What did you make performance against Motherwell?
First half was a bit meh. Uh, the second half we come on again. No surprise when the best winger at the club come on right enough. But I just thought it was a typical Christmas after Christmas time performance. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I thought again, you've been saying it for weeks. Second half was better than the first, but fair credit to Engels. I thought he was great.
I thought first half was I was losing my mind in the first half, to be honest. Because if I'm being honest, it was just the same pattern of play. It's probably what we seen last week against Dundee United, where it was just um one. It was all lopsided. I thought as well because we've got a winger at the club who, and we'll get it in a minute. We've got a winger at the club who I just don't think's anywhere near the level that is required at Celtic Football Club. I've said this for, and I've tried to give Yang all the time, and to hope that maybe there's something in there. I just, so I think cause Maida, they could have put 3 or 4 men and dies in Maida, and then because they knew if the ball went to Yang, he was struggling with end product. Alistair, obviously we know the wingers are a real issue at the club at the moment. Palmer, I think's as good as out the door. Yang's not good enough. Forrest is injured. It's a must in this January window.
If if we could get rid of Young and Palmer and get them off the big ball and get two wingers in, I'd do it, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how realistic that is.
Because I think I don't want this to sound bad, right? But it slows the whole team down. I think it does. It completely slows the whole team down. I know we know Ralston's got his limitations as well, but I think it impacts him as well. There's just not enough. There's no the understanding isn't there, and I think it just completely slows the whole team down because, as you said at the start there, Alistair, when Nicholas couldn't come on the park, it was a lot more quick, fluent. Kuhn was getting in behind. Engels was able to, be more free. Hatati come on. He was buzzing about. That's the difference.
You know how you when you wake up in the morning and you open a window to let some air in.
Nah, it's
That's
like,
what it was like when Coon come on. It was like, the stuffiness can
and you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference
the
for the
tempo
first minute.
fast.
There was a point just to, I think it was when his goal, he just ran. But the thing is, Yang can run as well. But the thing is, Kuhn's got the end product, and
Yeah.
that's the difference. And also, you spoke a bit there about Mr. Arnie Engels, a player who is getting far too much criticism from me. I think you would think he's been one of our worst players this season. He's not done much wrong, in my opinion. Now, some of the performances, maybe he's far to deceive. He's a young player. That's what's going to happen. I think, and I've always said this, he does not decide what the price tag for a player is. Brendan Rodgers has said this, but it was good to see him take, take a big role in that game. I think he played probably in his best role I've seen him play. I think he played kind of that kind of eight kind of. I think he was more in a defensive role, which I thought he was really good in. I thought the odd time when Motherwell did get in the box, he was able to kind of defend really well. But I
I
thought he was
said
really good.
I said this the other day to somebody. I said he's a pivot between 6 and an 8. He can do both. that's his position. He's an 8 and he's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a number 10, but he could develop into that. Just give him a break. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you actually look at his data, it's actually not that bad.
I think is it 10 goal contributions in like 23 appearances or something along those lines. I
It's
think he's got like,
somewhat 6 goals, 7 assists or something.
which is perfectly fine. And I've heard the argument with most of penalties. Can I remind you that Celtic could not take a penalty for shit last season? So, I wouldn't be so hasty on the whole penalty thing.
Take,
I just
take
I just don't think
penalties
he's any wrong.
at the end of the day.
Exactly. I just don't. I've always said this, and I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think he's a young guy who is having to adjust to probably a different style of football because at Augsburg are they're probably the German equivalent to like a Motherwell,
Yeah,
like because they are defensive a bit more. He's not got 80-90% of the ball every week, so he's having to adjust to that pressure. He's also probably having to adjust to Mary attacking role because at Augsburg he was more in that defensive role, kind of picking the ball up and trying to look for long passes kind of through the middle. But at Celtic, we're short passing. I think you've seen it at the weekend as well. He done a long pass,
yeah.
and it was a really good pass. It was just unlucky. I think Maida got it, but it was unlucky.
It was
So
stretching, yeah, I remember
it's all this thing, and eyes with this £11 million figure. Just I don't agree with it, and it goes for even players like Eder. I don't agree with it either because to use it as a stick to beat them with. He does not decide the fee
it.
that he
11
is.
million pounds and 9 million pounds, aren't they? They're big fees in Scottish football terms, but in football terms, that's nothing, really.
Aye,
I mean,
aye,
that would get you an average player down south,
hmm
let's be honest.
aye. But I think, as you said, Alistair, it's just that I know one of those Boxing Day kind of slugfest because I thought we actually looked okay. As I said, what like 60 half an hour really. But we got the 3 points, and that's at this time of the season. As I've said, a lot of time it's important that we got the 3 points. Obviously, even more important that we got the 3 points because Statement FC dropped points at St Mirren Park, so
Yeah,
it makes it just complete. Oh, the whole Dundee United rant last week kind of just neutralises that really.
a
Because we've
point
actually
gained.
gained a point. We've gained a point on them, so obviously it's good. We're sitting in a fantastic position going into this game against St Johnstone. Rangers go away to Motherwell as well, so I'm not. There could be a potential slip up there for them as well. So, but it's all about Alistair for us just getting the 3 points. The more St Johnstone, I, I,
You
that
couldn't ask for a better game.
it's
Let's
top
be
versus
real here.
bottom. It's top versus bottom really. Um,
Yeah,
and I think obviously got as that manager that is it Valakari he come in.
yeah.
I
And
just I
to
don't
be fair to him, Joe, I don't think it's his fault, to be fair, because he kind of bring players in. So
I
how,
think
how can
he's
you judge him
I think
when the rest are being left?
the problem with St Johnson is I think they've got a poor squad. In all honesty,
Yeah, they were lucky to stay up last year, let's be
and I think
frank.
if you don't strengthen, and they didn't really strengthen. Let's be I'm not a St Johnson supporter, but as you said, Alistair, if you're teetering on the edge, kind of last year, it just looks to me that they're probably going one of the teams that might go down. I think Ross County seem to be okay. I think they've got that.
Yeah, it's between them and Ross County, if you want my honest opinion.
Aye, because I think Hibs will be
Although,
fine. They've
yeah,
turned a bit of form.
Hibs are flying. Hibs are
Um,
flying at the moment.
Hearts, I do think will have enough to at least, if worst came to worst, get a playoff place.
Yeah.
But I just said Arsenal. You couldn't ask for a better game.
Especially
Because
before a derby.
and it's just I've always said that out of these, even before we played Dundee United, we both said you need to kind of keep the gap, what it was, but ironically we've made it bigger. So, even
Yeah,
Wales
I mean,
dropping
and
points.
7. Well, here's a fact, Josh, and I'm glad I just remembered this. In the calendar year, I think we've dropped 9 points in the whole of 2024, which really, if you think about it, is fabulous, mate. I mean, I don't honestly think, yeah, you can nitpick about performances. I don't think Celtic are getting the credit for how consistent they've been.
If
It's
Celtic, if, Ce-
2024.
if Celtic do not lose against St Johnstone tomorrow, we have lost 2 games in the whole calendar year. One against
Borussia
um,
Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund, who were Champions League finalists. It was just a horror night, to be honest. And then another one was against Hearts, where I don't want to get any referees because I'm sick of hearing them in the last 2 weeks, but it was a few dodgy referee calls, and we just won out the races that day. That is some gone, and you can sit there and say we've got the biggest budget because people of opposition like to brand that about for their own failings. I personally feel that. Um, you
Man
can say that
City's
all
got
you
the
want.
biggest budget down south.
And that's what I'm saying. You can say that all you want, but it's the pressure, and this is when I will applaud the team. The pressure, and don't get me wrong, I'm like we are some of the most knee jerk reaction to support. 1 minute wonderful, next minute I'm on here last week moaning and groaning and whatever. But the pressure to
Wouldn't
keep that
have
up,
it any other way, Josh. Wouldn't have it
aye.
any other way, pal.
But it's what I'm trying to say. It's phenomenal what they've done.
I'm pretty
It's
sure it's 9 points. I'm doubting myself now, Josh, but I think it is 9.
I'm trying to think what was with the draw, like Ibrox and stuff. Drew against
Draw I
Aberdeen.
draw at Ibrox, draw at Aberdeen, defeat at
Dro-
Hearts, and draw it into United. I think that's
So
it.
so defeat 4 points. Dropped in all. Aye, it would be in your spot on. You're spot on there. Look at you, bet you're all proud of yourself there, look, man. um,
Well,
no,
you
but
know me, I like to know my facts,
Alice, there's not much to really say because it's in Johnstone preview. It's just about Celtic going and get the win. The only thing we will discuss is team selection. Alistair, I think the back four if Johnstone comes back in. I've not heard
I
Brendan
think
Rodgers comment.
Johnston, and I don't want to talk about the Rangers game. I want to get this game at the road, to be fair. But if Johnson and Kuhn are going to start on Thursday, in my opinion, they need to start tomorrow.
Aye, I think the team that's starting Thursday will start tomorrow. Sorry, will start Thursday's game. I think Rodgers was asked about Alistair Johnson said he should be ready for the game tomorrow. I think that was after the game on Thursday. I keep saying last week. We've actually played.
Yeah, heads are all over the place. I mean, you're not expecting to do a game on a Thursday at 3 o'clock, are you?
I know, but I do see Johnston come back in there at left back. I don't know, but I think he will play Taylor because, as we've said there, I think the team that played in Sunday will play at Ibrox on Thursday, and I think he will play Greg Taylor, who, yeah, again on Thursday
I,
wasn't
I like
great
Valley, but you've really got to start asking questions as to why he's not getting a game, because it's
because
not as if, and I'm not getting into my favourite subject here about Greg Taylor, but if Taylor hasn't exactly been pulling up trees the last couple of games. And for
Aye.
Valley now we got to look in, you've really got to start to ask questions.
I think it's baffling as well because you look at Greg Taylor, the mistake in the League Cup final, and then Dundee United, it just was poor again. And then against Motherwell, he done the exact same mistake in the League Cup final, which he done in the League Cup final about twice. And he didn't get punished because it's a poorer level opposition.
Yeah.
So I'm asking questions because Valle come on the park and the amount of pace, the amount of attacking quality they had, it baffles me how he's not getting in the side. Now, is it that he's no wanting to stay? I don't know, but there's a clear baffling reason because I don't know. I don't know how many more mistakes, and this is me even having a go at Greg Taylor. I've made it clear and I make it clear again. I understand the contribution Taylor has made. I think you're stupid if you don't. He has made a contribution to Celtic. He's done
Over
well.
the time he's been there, I would agree, but let's
Aye,
be honest, he's had a very, very
it's a
up
poor
and down
season.
season at best. Up and down season at best. And if the open secret is true, that KT's coming back, then that would why are we still playing somebody that cards on the table, Josh? I don't think it's going to
He's
be
not going to
here.
sign now. There's no way he's signing now. We're a few days off January the 1st. New Year's technically on Wednesday. Well, the first is on Wednesday, in fact.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, Wednesday, aye.
and we've still not had any. Well, there's no like you hear in the news where it goes like that. There's talks advancing. There's been nothing whatsoever. And I think Rod, if you look at the pattern, Rogers was asked it near the I think it's September time, and he was like, "No, I'd love Greg to stay. Good con." But he was asked
Well,
about
what else
November.
he going to say? He's not going to come out and say, I want to make go at it.
But then no, but that's what I'm saying. See, November, he was asked about it again, and he says basically saying if Greg wants it,
There's a deal
nothing,
on the table. If
nothing
he
to
wants
report
to
on.
sign it, then he will, but time's ticking.
And I think I noticed that in the change in Brendan Rodgers when he was asked the question. But personally, I do think we should be looking for better than Greg Taylor. I think there's better out there. If that is Kieran Tierney or if it is Alex Faye, but it
It should be
baffles me.
both of them, personally, if you want my honest opinion.
But if I'm
Should
being
be
honest
both.
with you, Alistair, I think if Kieran Tierney comes, Faye will not come, and it's no. I don't think it would be the club. I think if Faye goes like that to say we do get Kieran Tierney right and Alex Faye, we don't activate this release clause, whatever anybody's talking about. Then Faye will go right, but how much am I going to play? Because Kieran, we're not going to be signing Kieran Tierney for Kieran Tierney. He's going to probably be the first choice left back.
Yeah, well, no doubt he is, but with Kieran Tierney's injury problems, we're going to have to manage these games.
No,
so
definitely.
He'll still get his first share of games.
But I think it'll be interesting to see where Vi's at. I think that's got to be the main deal breaker. Really, is Vi all right with maybe playing 1 and 2 games or maybe 1 and 3 games, or does he want to go somewhere maybe in Spain and get a first choice left back? And want to be first choice somewhere. I'm leaning towards the latter, if I'm being honest. But no matter what, I think we will need to obviously sign a left back. Ironic, we'll still get Bernabeu on the books, but so there's something.
Yeah, but looks if he'll be going somewhere for a profit, unbelievably.
Hopefully. But Alistair, it's just I think Taylor will start. I think he will start on Thursday. As for the midfield, Alistair, this is probably where it's going to be the most. There's most options. Cal McGregor will be in there. I don't doubt that. So there's no real much point discussing that. Where would you go for the other two?
Who's your centre half choice? Would you go the same as Thursday, or would you bring Trusty back in?
there's been a bit of discussion about it. I think you were speaking to me about it. It's a difficult one because, as you said as well, I think Trusty and Trusty in the League Cup final, I think, was wanting too much time in the ball. I think Scales offers you more, able just to get the ball up to the forward areas. I still think you might go Trusty because Scales played on Thursday. I think Cameron Carter Vickers is a stick on, so I don't need to discuss
For
that. But for me,
tomorrow,
for tomorrow, I'd go Austin Trusty.
Austin Trusty and Carter Vickers.
Aye, and I probably just
Who do you go?
contradicted myself because I said that the team that plays tomorrow might play on Thursday, but I'm not sure with the centre half position, to be honest, because we could see Trusty and Steve Scales on Thursday, so I don't really know. I've contradicted myself.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, if you're going in with a 12-point cushion at worst, then let's be real, Josh. There's no real pressure on it. Obviously, it's a derby, you might have won it and all the rest of it. But there's no real pressure on it. It's no do or die, put it that way.
Uh-huh.
So, it's do or die for them.
As I've said, the pressure's on them, but as I've said as well, and I think we've seen that when Rangers played City Mirren, if you look too far ahead, it can get fucking dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
And I know St Johnstone are bottom of the league and it's at home, but you just need to get the game out of the way, man, and then you can focus on the derby on Thursday. So centre half positions for me tomorrow will be Carter Vickers and Trusty, because I do think going forward that will be our main,
Aye.
two.
Aye.
Midfield, Alistair, as I said, what about the two positions that are up for grabs? Obviously, Hattati came in off the bench on Thursday and scored that really
I
nice
thought
goal.
Hattati done well when they come on. I actually thought the three that come the three subs at one time done is a major turning Thursday, to be fair.
Aye.
So I'd like them to start. I'm a bit like you, Josh. I'm a bit start the team you're going to start in the derby. Call the game early doors, then take them off.
Aye. I think
That's
just
what I
for just continuity, I think. So who would you go? Personally, I'd keep Engels in. I think you
I'd
need.
go Engels, McGregor, Hattati.
See, I'd go Bernardo, but it's a flip of a coin.
There's
I
no a
really think.
perfect. Well, put it this way, we're going to discuss this midfield in every podcast because
Aye, because it's the
there's that
strongest
many
area of the team.
options. I mean, you could even make a case for getting McGowan a game. But
Well, I was thinking McGowan, but I think I wouldn't even go as far as saying the team that plays on Sunday will play on Thursday. I'd say most of the players that will play, there might be the odd McKeown might come in, which I could be a possibility because obviously Bernardo played. I think realistically, you're probably looking at maybe McKeown and a
probably looking
Hattati
at
play.
2 places up for grabs in the entire team. The centre
Aye.
half and one of the midfielders.
But I would go if I was. Do you know, I'm going to switch again. I'm going to go. I think you might play McKeown. I'm going to go Engels and Luke McKeown. Just because he never.
Tomorrow,
Did they play on Thursday, McKeown? No, I don't think he did he?
uh, do you know something? I can't remember. No,
No,
he never they come
I
on.
thought you did. So
They come
I
on.
think it will be Engels and McKeown, but I could also see McKeown and Hattati. But if you were to ask me, I'd go Engels and McKeown. Alistair, what about up front? Obviously we've had the problem. The wing area is the big issue. Yang came in, as I said earlier on, and he flattered to deceive on Thursday again. And I feel sorry for him because I don't think he's. I think he's in the wrong movie. If you know what I mean, I think he's not good enough.
Yeah, well,
Um,
as I said before we started recording, Josh, if we could get rid of the 2 wingers, we all know the 2 wingers we're talking about, Palmer and Yang, and replace them both, I'd be for that. Because
Aye.
I'm going to be honest, you're flogging dead horses here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if 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 the guy wasn't Korean and it was Mikey Johnson, people would be screaming to get him out the door.
Aye.
Let's be
Aye. I
real.
think. Um. I just. And I think. Maybe the dribbling technique is just the end product that kills. It absolutely kills him. Like, because say if you get into a good position, you might run and you think he's too clone, maybe 3 or 4 players and done really well, but you just know there's nothing's going to happen, and it really disappoints me because he's got the dribbling skill there. He's got the dribbling skill. He just needs
Every
a good.
time I watch that, and I say, "Give me the Dundee performance. Give me
Aye,
the Dundee performance," but he never has.
I know.
So you
Um,
can't just keep going and going and going forever, mate.
we can't just keep giving him chance after chance after chance. There is going to become a point where we go, "All right, he's not good enough," and I think that is the point now for me anyway. Because I was getting really frustrated with them on Thursday, and it's more frustration because I've been saying it for weeks, and people have been saying to me, "Oh, maybe just needs a chance." But he's had two now, and he's contributed nothing. In all
Yeah,
honesty,
well, in the time he's been at Celtic, 1 goal, 2 assists.
it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Mm.
Um, It's nowhere near good enough to be honest. But for me, Alistair, you just go. I know we're maybe not want to risk Kuhn for Thursday, but I still think you bring him in. As you
Yeah,
say,
of course you do.
because I just think and there shouldn't be that drop off in quality, and that's the thing we're going to have to address. As if Kuhn maybe wants a rest, there's no that massive drop off in quality because let's be honest,
It's
if you
like
take
the
Maida, if
Alistair
you
Johnson, Tony Ralston argument. I think that drop off's too big.
I think I would even say the winger drop off is worse. I'd honestly say it's worse. Um, because I think, and I know we're always really happy because Maida's, he's a workhorse, but he's going to need to have a rest at times as well.
Yeah, well,
You
he's
can't just play him
superhuman
six.
at times. I mean, the amount of games he plays at
And
a
we're
high
lucky to have him.
intensity is unreal.
Aye,
But I agree with you, Josh. But my front three would be Maeda, Kun, self-explanatory. But what striker do you pick?
I want to speak briefly about striker because we're coming up with half an hour and I want to try and get on the thing about Cameron Gata Vickers, but strikers, as we know, aren't firing as well. Both of them aren't really doing as well as we would want them to do. Kyogo's struggling this season. Obviously, we've had the links, with Atalanta United, whatever. But either, but I do have a lot of sympathy, and I noticed that in Saturday, Thursday.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
noticed
know.
that, and it's like, would you want and what do you want Ida to do? Would you want Kyogo to do? Come at the halfway line to try and get the ball? Because
Especially
there
in
was
the first half, we never really got the wingers. It was all coming down Maeda's side.
and
So
it was going through the middle as well,
I
and you're
just,
like, this is
I just felt that's where all Murrow's bodies were.
uh-huh.
And to be fair, the way the majority of Scottish teams set up, you ain't gonna get a lot of room. So that's where I've got a sympathy for both strikers.
Hi, because if you look at Kyogo, right, if you look at what Kyogo likes the ball across the ground,
And
so you can use
cutbacks,
it. You can use his movement to get in, in behind. Kuhn can do that. Maida probably not really. With no what I'm trying to say when Kyogo was at his best, you had Jota who was really good at that. He's just his end product was fantastic, Jota. You also had Abada who was good at that. No, but I know Abada, at times maybe, wasn't the, most consistent, but what I'm trying to say is they were all good at that. I don't think we've really got that in a winger, maybe Kuhn, but on the left hand side, we've not really got it. Forrest isn't great at it. Yang and Palmer's just self explanatory. So I think that, and same with Ida. Ida likes it, like a high crossing. and I don't think we've got, and even along the ground as well. And that's when I've got sympathy for the strikers. Is they're not getting a lot of they're getting service. There's difference between service and good service. They're not getting good service, in my opinion.
No, that they're getting both. Um, I wouldn't say long stop to them, Josh, but they're not getting. They're both good with the ball at their feet, and we're kind of putting balls up chest high. That's
Uh huh.
not their strength. Their strength is get the ball at their feet, let them lay off, and then move into the box.
Because I noticed a few times we were getting the ball to Bernardo, and Bernardo was trying to, he done quite well. He kind of rolled the player, and then he would go. That's what we should be doing a lot more of. Because I think there was points where the wingers maybe come inside. There was a point I think where Yang just booted the ball at Ida, and you're like, what sort of pass
Give
is
them a
that?
chance, yeah, it was
Aye,
a
so,
bit.
so because of how fast the ball was, Ida I think had to chest it, but then because how the much momentum was on the ball, he couldn't do anything with it, and I'm like, this is where I can get your frustrations because they're just
Yeah,
standing there.
yeah. And see, to be fair, I'd be, I hope they both score tomorrow because
They need it.
I would, I'd be tempted. Obviously, hopefully the game's done by half time, but give them 45 minutes each.
Each.
That's what I'd be tempted to do.
But I'd start with Kyogo. I think just yet again because Ida played on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
We've seen this rotation, and this is probably a shorter
I
window.
don't think I'd help either, to be honest.
No, I know. I
I
think
think
it's
we need to go with it, to be honest.
it's disrupting. I think because there's no I can. No, I know you need to rotate obviously, but I think sometimes it's disrupting the flow of the team. At times, I think we
I
saw
do
that.
want them tomorrow, Josh. If we had a good third striker, I'd play the two of them.
Aye,
But we
but
don't.
we don't mind. They're
We
obviously
don't.
still on the third strike at the moment. That's what I'd maybe like to see Johnny Kenny maybe be
Yeah,
given his shot at Celtic. I don't think he's done anything wrong. He's done all right in Europe for Shamrock Rovers. So it'll be interesting to see come January what kind of happens with him.
yeah. I think
Alistair,
he's just going to be a training.
aye,
Better to see what he's like in training.
aye. But Alistair, what about score predictions? What you gonna go for?
I think uh, the easiest thing is 5-0, but I think it'll be maybe 3-0. It's
I'm
got a
gonna go.
kind of 3-0 written all over it.
I'm gonna go 4.
Right.
I'm gonna go 4 now. And we'll obviously hope just getting the 3 points is the main thing. But Alistair, before we finish up, I just kind of have a quick word. I don't really want to spend too long on it because I just don't see it happening. Cameron Carter
It doesn't
Vickers,
happen, I'll
uh,
cry.
Cameron Carter Vickers, obviously has been on a short list. I think
Yeah, it's
he
a short one.
for German champions by Leverkusen. Alistair, I didn't even want to spend too long on this, and I'm going to just say it can't happen. And I will go as far as saying Celtic. He is Celtic's most in terms of maybe cash, like, but he's Celtic's biggest asset because
To the
we
start
are at.
11, I would tend to agree with you.
And maybe he might not get as much money as maybe Kuhn might go if he goes, but I'm not talking. I'm talking about what it means to Celtic Football Club at this moment in time. Cameron
It did
Carter Vickers is the best defender in this country. He's been the best defender since he's got in the door. Let's be brutally honest about it.
very well. I think, to be honest, Josh, I mean, I would no doubt Javi Alonso's looked at him and thought, put him in the list. But no disrespect to Cameron Carter because who I adore and I hope he's at Celtic for a long time. But I can't see
I see it.
Bayer Leverkusen buying a player. And before you say it, I know they bought Jeremy Frimpong, but I cannot see uh, Bayer Leverkusen paying the money it would take for Celtic to even consider it.
Aye. The thing is with Jeremy Frimpong suits German football down to a T. Quick,
They're not really asked to defend very much, are they?
attacking football. Basically, Jeremy Frimpong doesn't even play right back for Leverkusen. He's in the box about 70% of the game at times. So he's at many a
Yeah,
right
they
mid.
have to fullback really if you watch him.
Cameron Carter-Vickers, he's fantastic, and as Wavo says, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that I don't think Cameron Carter-Vickers would want to move to Germany. I don't see it. I think Cameron Carter-Vickers would want to try his hand in the Premier League again, because I don't think you get a fair whip at the crack. A fair crack at the whip. Sake. That's something fucking completely different.
That's for the end of season blooper podcast.
There's a blue for that. No, but I think I think that he would probably want to go back down south. The article was deleted.
Yeah,
And then I think that is it Lord Larry Henry or something came out and says that Cameron Carter-Vickers is still focused in Celtic, and he sees his future probably down south, which I don't think.
I can see that, to be honest. I don't want to see it, but
I don't see Celtic.
It won't be to Germany.
Aye, and I think if Celtic were to sell him, I think there's a decent amount of harmony with the club at the moment. We're no fucking calling for Lawwell's fucking head half the time, but I think if we were to do that, I think it would.
I think if we were going to sell him and we won't, it would be the end of a season, Josh. In my opinion, it wouldn't be in a January transfer window. A, when you're in for bloody good chance of treble, but B, most importantly, in with a great shout in Europe. So, and that can't be overlooked. So,
I'm just looking at Bayer Leverkusen defenders. They've got Jonathan Tah. He's not going to get ahead of Jonathan Tah because he's he is being a Bayer Leverkusen.
The one that's injured, is it not?
Is he injured? You've got Frimpong.
I'm pretty sure I read he was the one that was injured.
You've got Tipsoba, who's been linked with £50 million moves everywhere. You've got Grimaldo, he's probably one of the best left backs in world football. And then
to be honest, if you're telling me that, Josh, and they're looking for a defender as cover, Cameron Carter-Vickers is too important.
And that's not us being disrespectful.
It'll be too expensive for what Bayer Leverkusen would want as a backup defender.
Aye, but I mean, as I said, I think why I discuss it because I don't think it's happened. I mean, we could put Stephen Welsh in the plane, and then anyway.
Yeah, I'll drive him to Germany if you.
No, but I don't think it's happening. Bayer Leverkusen, fuck off.
I think to be honest, Josh, we need to start playing hardball with teams and players because we're a big club and we need to start acting like that. We can't just. I'm not being funny. We can't just drop ourselves at the first offer.
Aye, and I think
Same goes with Kuhn, by the way.
Aye, we're going to. I think with the money we've got in the bank, we're not strapped of cash at the moment. But I think we need to. If you want to act like a big club, you make sure you get as much for your assets as you possibly can. And I think Celtic are good at that. I think that's the one thing I will give Peter Lawwell. He seems to.
Well, he's an account.
Aye, but as I said, Bayer Leverkusen, you can fuck off because you're not getting them. But anyway, but
yeah, we don't mind if you want to give us 20% of the enemy Frimpong. That'd be good.
Yeah, do a swap deal, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Then we might talk.
There
But
might
anyway,
be a Tony Robinson case ping pong back.
aye. But as I say, that I'm not even going to talk about it any further because it's not going to happen. In all
I
honesty,
mean, you're going to get a lot of this BS, I'm going to call it, with the January transfer window. Until
aye,
you agree fees, just take everything with a grain of salt.
aye.
That's what I'm
And I think with the latest about one focus on Celtic trying to win the trophies and whatever, I think it just kind of puts it to bed. If I'm being
And they only signed a 5.5 year contract last season.
no,
So
if silly money come in from, then yes, you need to probably sit here and go, all right, Hans up here. But I don't think it is. I think Bayer
what's
Leverkusen will
selling
probably
money
look.
these days?
I think Bayer Leverkusen would probably look maybe a player in Germany or look elsewhere. I think personally, but I'm just going to end it there because we've kind of spoke about everything. But as I said, Alistair, the more we get 3 points and just kind of keep moving on, obviously to Derby next week. But we'll be back tomorrow after the game for post-match reaction. Hopefully talking about another Celtic win. Until then, speak to you later and hail hail.
He'll